Oh, dude, that's so money. Go in. What's up, everybody? Jordan from Ginger Snap Disc Golf. This is part 2 of a series that I've been doing with Jester Disc Golf. They sent me out their mid-ranges. I got to review their putter a couple of weeks ago. You need to go check out that video. I'll put up a little screen for it. So far, I'm so impressed with their plastic. Their plastic's manufactured by MVP, so it's amazing. The love is still in my bag because it's one of the straightest throwing putters I've ever thrown. Super excited to try out their mid today. They sent me out 4 of them, 2 in their taffy plastic and 2 in their shimmer plastic. I'm going to play 9 holes out here at Sparkman Disc Golf Course, the park side. Some hyzer shots, dead straight, turnover, all the things. So as we play through the course, I'm going to talk about the disc, my opinion of it, the plastic, the flight numbers, all the things. Before we get into that, huge shout out and thank you to Jester Disc Golf. Thank y'all so much for sending out mids. I can't wait to collaborate more in the future. If y'all haven't seen the rest of the series yet, make sure to check it out. All right, hole 1, about 315 feet. There's a triple Mando, but I'm gonna ignore it. But I think this should be the perfect shot for a turnover with this mid. So I'm gonna go high. Bro, that one was really good. I'm not sure if y'all can tell or not, but all of those shots are like 50% power or less, and it's just effortless turnover with this mid, and it has enough stability to where it just doesn't burn over either. It just kind of gently glides out of it, which is really, really cool because most mid-ranges I've tried that are -2 or -3 are so understable that they can't handle too much power, and if you torque over on them a little bit too much, they're just going to burn over. But these, you can tell, just kind of fight it the whole time, and I love that. All right, hole 2, it's about 315 feet, very, very uphill. Try to do just a big hyzer shot since we just did a turnover shot. Oh no. So smooth. I'm gonna have to put a lot of hyzer. Dude, that might, no. That's on hole 3's tee pad, which, just so you know, is almost pin high with the basket. That almost spit out. Hole 3, it's downhill in this tree line, creek to the left OB, walking path long is the OB. I'm gonna try just a little smooth and slow hyzer shot with these discs. Oh wow, I think I babied it a little bit. Yeah, probably like 30 feet short. And that one's gassed. Look how straight that is though. These things have such effortless distance. I think that's the one. Parked. Before we get into hole 4, I want to talk a little bit about their plastic and the overall feel of the disc so far. So they sent me out taffy and then they sent me out their shimmer plastic. And before we talk about the flights, I do want to talk about the overall feel of the plastic. The taffy plastic, I've definitely noticed that same just nice premium plastic feel. A little bit of stiffness, but also a good amount of flex. It's definitely a more shallow mid-range, but the profile of it, which I'll show you in a second, is it's almost like a, I don't want to say a 6-speed, but it does not feel like a very, very blunt mid-range. It feels like a mid-range that could be thrown very, very far if needed to, but also almost effortless, like a more understable fairway. Super cool. The shimmer plastic seems to have a little bit more flex than the taffy plastic does. Not like crazy, crazy flexible, but certainly more flexible than the taffy plastic. I can also tell the shimmer plastic has a little bit more stability, especially towards the late part of the flight. Like, both plastics have a very early flip up and ride, but the shimmer plastic has a little bit more fight at the end, which I love. So hole 4 is like a little over 200 feet. Try like a slow turnover, and then I'm gonna try like a hyzer flip directly at it. Nailed it. Much better. Much better. All right, that last hyzer flip shot went probably 50 feet past the basket. Slow turnover was probably 30 or 40 feet past. Oh, come on. All right, hole 5. It's about 330 feet away, straight down this little tree line tunnel, and then finishes to the right. So another hole that should showcase this disc perfectly. Before we do that, I want to talk about the flight. So these taffy ones have a nice like flip up, push straight, and either finish straight or just keep moving right slowly. And these shimmer ones have a good like flip up, move straight, a little bit of turn, finish back left, which is super cool for an understable mid-range because most can't do both, but this disc seems to be able to. I'm throwing these at about 50% power and getting very easy distance out of them. So I think this is going to be a disc that's useful for beginners, obviously, but also intermediate level players or advanced even, and I'll talk more about that later. Ooh. I think that one's parked. What else is cool about these? You can even throw them on a fan grip, which I'm not good at, and they just come out so smooth. Uh-oh. So y'all can see from those flights that this disc just has effortless flip up and slow turnover, which, like I said earlier, that's so rare to find because usually discs that have effortless turnover, or I'm sorry, effortless flip up, just flip up, turn over, and never come back. And this disc does not do that, which is one of the reasons I have been bagging it a little bit in my understable mid-range slot, because I just don't have that, honestly, and I'm looking for it. And I think I might have found it with this, and this first shot or second shot that I threw is about 5 feet away from the bag, which for a 330-foot turnover shot on a mid-range is insane because these discs just want to glide. Like I said, they want to flip up, they want to move, and they want to go far. Six is about 325 playing uphill, so probably 330, and honestly just dead straight. Not really much trees to miss. You can take a big hyzer and hyzer whatever. I'm going to try more of like a hyzer flip dead straight route with these because I think that's the one line we haven't tried. This far in the video, you're a real one. And I also want to let you know that this is part 2 of like a 3 or 4 part series that me and Jester Disc Golf are doing. This is all leading up to a final round where I have their whole lineup, and then I'm going to have a set score, and if I can't beat that score, you guys will be able to win one of these discs through a giveaway. Well, so what I did not realize is that there was a headwind at the top of this hill. So these turned over a little bit more than they would had there not been a headwind. Oh man, wonder if I can step. Nope. 7 is only 275. Double Mando. This basket is actually like hanging from a tree. Super cool basket. Very tough shot, surprisingly. Made the Mando. That one should be good. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would probably give this disc a 7 out of 10 so far. It's definitely comfortable in the hand. Oh, I threw another one over here. It's definitely a comfortable disc in the hand. It's definitely accurate to the flight numbers. Out of the box for sure, it's a 9 out of 10 disc, but I do think with time it might go more towards like a 7 out of 10 because I don't know how long it can maintain a perfect flight like it has currently. So, but that's one of those things only time can tell. Oof. Hole 8 is 275. There's a Mando right here that you have to go left of, so it kind of forces a turnover or a forehand. Obviously with this disc, I'm gonna go with a little soft turnover. Kind of going back to what score this disc being like a 7 out of 10. If there's any kind of like headwind or crosswind, I've seen that this disc becomes very, very difficult to throw because it is understable, and you're gonna have that with any understable disc that you ever throw. That being said though, I feel like in the proper tailwind, this disc would go super, super far. This disc can definitely go far, but I do see it being very wind dependent. Woo! That was deep. Oof. All right, hole 9 is like 275. Mando, you have to go left of, but the basket's pretty much just dead straight, so I'm gonna try a hyzer flip dead straight to even a slight turnover. So something I just learned through trying to get a really good shot over here on hole 9 personally is that I can't throw this disc like a full power grip or anything really above 50% power, because it seems to just always have the same flight, which is a flip up and kind of turn over, which that's not going to be the case for everyone. For some people, they're going to be able to throw it full power and it's perfectly fine. It's a flip up, push straight, or turn over, or whatever. Personally, I have to keep it at like 50% or even use like a fan grip. One of them went in. All right, so I hope y'all enjoyed the video. My final thoughts of the disc, I would definitely give this like a 7 out of 10. It's going to be amazing for people who are just starting off in disc golf. It has so much easy glide and distance and flip up, which is exactly what you need if you're just starting off. If you're a more advanced player or have a little bit more arm speed, it's still going to be good for you as well. It's going to be a trusty, reliable disc that you know for a fact when you throw it, no matter how much hyzer, it's going to flip up and glide and move to the right, but also not burn over, so you can still get some distance out of it. And even kind of like a bomber mid-range, if you have a higher arm speed in a tailwind, this will definitely be a bomber disc for you. A huge shout out again to Jester Disc Golf. Go check them out on all of the social media. Go check out my other video where I reviewed their putter, and I can't wait to review their fairway driver and hopefully their prototype that they're about to drop. As always, stay snappy. Love y'all. Peace.